Hello everyone, welcome to my video about update skipping, which is the new update suppression kind of from 1.19. And in this video, I'm going to explain what update skipping is, why it is different from update suppression, how can you use it to slice portals, how to build this wall update suppressor in your survival world, and how to use it. So if you want to skip to any moment of the video, I'm gonna leave timestamps down in the description. So yeah, enjoy the video. Okay guys, first of all, you might be wondering what update skipping is. Well, update skipping is the new way of suppressing updates that was made possible by a new thing that Mojang implemented in the server properties called max chain neighbor updates. This in turn limits the amount of updates that one block can produce. Okay. So, if I break this diamond block here, there's a limit to how many updates that breaking action can produce. Here I have these rails, which I have a mod which makes them update skippers. Okay, so not update suppressors, which is a different thing, and I'm gonna explain that later, but update skippers. Okay, so if I break this block here, you're gonna see a few core differences from update suppression. And the first one is that this yellow block here, which would be this one, and this yellow block here, which would be this one, they both got updated. Okay, even though we suppressed this portal block here, the red one, they still got updated. Okay, and these three blocks basically got skipped, and I'm later going to explain why. But yeah, so this would be kind of a demonstration of how update skipping works and the difference between update skipping and update suppression. So yeah, if this was update suppression, these two yellow blocks would still be fine. They wouldn't be broken. Okay, let's talk a little bit about update suppression. Okay, update suppression is produced by Minecraft having an error, okay, and stopping, let's say, worrying about updates to catch that error and prevent Minecraft from crashing. Okay, so if this were an update suppressor, which it isn't, and I broke this diamond block, okay, the game would have an error, an internal error, and would stop worrying about the updates, catch that error, and continue working as normal without doing the updates it was meant to do. Okay, so that's kind of how update suppression works. Update skipping is a little bit different. Okay, you can imagine update skipping as Minecraft keeping a list of how many things need to be updated. Okay, and basically that list has a limit, which is what I talked about, the max chain neighbor updates, which normally is 1 million. Okay, so you can imagine Minecraft as having a list which is 1 million spaces long. Okay, and once you reach 1 million, Minecraft just stops adding things to that list. Okay, so how can we use this? Okay, well, as you can see here, what I did with this is basically I made it so we updated a lot of walls, which we don't care about. So we fill that list, okay? And once the list is filled up, some updates won't go through into that list, so the blocks won't be updated, okay? Let's go with an example, okay? Let's get this dirt and let's get some dirt with a few signs, okay? So if I break this block, first of all, these three signs will break, okay? So that's just as normal. And then when the game goes and breaks this block, it will update this update skipper, which mimics 1 million walls, okay? And basically the list that I told you about would get filled, okay? And even though the list was filled, this sign will still be in the list, so it will get updated, but this one will stay floating, okay? And I'm gonna talk about these signs in a moment, okay? Okay, as I said, this thing didn't make it to the list, so it basically got skipped and didn't update, okay? But for those of you who know about update suppression, you might be wondering why these signs didn't get skipped too, okay? And basically, if we go here, okay, let me break this, and we say this diamond block was our third block, okay? What update skipping does, okay, is that each phase has its own list. So if you have, imagine this is a sign, okay? These signs create a 1 million list, and if this list gets filled, everything's okay. But when the updater, or whatever you want to call it, goes to another phase, it forgets about this list and creates another one. This basically means you need an update skipper for each phase. So you would need an update skipper here too, to make it so these signs would stay floating, okay? Also, let's continue with this diamond block. If I put it an update skipper here, okay, there would still be things that get updated no matter what, okay? So the same thing that happens with the diamond block also happens with this red sign or whatever. And that basically is that the 6 faces around the block get updated, okay, no matter what. So basically here, this would be the red block, which always gets updated. This would be another red block, so it has another list of its own. And this would be a yellow block that, because we suppressed this red block, it always gets updated, okay? And it doesn't matter that the yellow block is near the red block. The yellow block is basically around the thing that you suppressed. So for example here, I have these blue blocks, which could be signs, okay? when I break this block, the red sign, let's say, will always get updated. Then these 3 signs will also get updated because they haven't filled the list yet. When it gets to this one, it will find the update skipper and filled the list, but these yellow blocks will always make it into the list. So these yellow blocks can never be suppressed. It doesn't matter how far it is from the origin or the diamond block in this case. The things around the thing that we skipped with the update skipper will always make it into the list and will always get updated. Okay. So this, for example, makes it impossible to suppress this flower over here, or something that is adjacent to something we need to suppress. Things that we can do is make floating sand with this and some other floating stuff like floating signs and floating pressure plates maybe, if you found a way to chain an update with some pressure plate on top. But the most important part would be the portal sizing. I think this is everything about update skipping that you should know. There isn't much more, so let's talk a little bit about the wall update skipper. Okay, guys, so this is the wall update skipper. It looks fairly complicated, but it's actually really easy. It just uses trapdoors to chain an update to the walls, which will change change shape. So for example, if we put a block here, you can see this wall made an update that went all the way down. Okay, we're currently at build limit, but I think this can be lowered a little bit. But anyway, you might be wondering how to build this, so I'm gonna show you now. Okay guys, unfortunately I wasn't able to make the tutorial of the wall update suppressor fit into this video, so I'm gonna leave it as a separate video that I will probably soon post. I still wanted to show you guys how this update skipper works, and well, I hope you can forgive me for lying a little bit in the beginning, saying this was going to include a tutorial on how to build it. So okay. And everything's correct, right? Yeah, everything's correct. So if we break this obsidian block, we got the updates skipped. Thank you very much to everyone for watching this video. I'll probably leave a world download in the description, if not now, soon. If you have any problem with the update suppression design, you can contact me either on my Discord, on Reddit, or anywhere else where you see IGNA 778. Thank you very much to Process, which left me this server so I could test update suppression and a new thing. Update skipping actually, but something else entirely, which I'm not able to do in my computer. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see what this thing is gonna be. And to everyone watching the video, thank you very much. I know I'm not the best at explaining things in English, but yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.